Good morning to everyone. So there are around students. So I will
Good morning,
start
sir.
now. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So that's good. Most of you have written your names. So one request is there, like whenever you are going for joining this course or any lecture, just put your name while it is asking. If you will not put in your name, it will show like unknown user. Okay. So if it is written unknown user, then your attendance might be missing. That cannot be marked because your name is not there. Okay. So if you are joining the online lecture, just put your name while it is asking for your name. Along with name, you can also put your roll number and the roll number or name. It will be easy. So 52 total number of students. ठीक है, अब स्टार्ट करते हैं. So in the previous class, we were discussing different type of signals that we have gone through. Like we'll recap once again. That signals are deterministic and non-deterministic, periodic and aperiodic, even signal and odd signals, causal and non-causal signals, energy and power signals. Okay, so deterministic were the signals that have a fixed mathematical expression, or it is having a defined function. That will be your deterministic. If any signal is there that is having no fixed mathematical formula, then it will be non-deterministic. Periodic, that will be repeating itself after a fixed interval of time. Or periodic, if there is no pattern in repetition. Even and odd signals, there were an expression like if it is follows xt. Okay, if it is following like xt is equals to x of minus t. If any signal is there xt, if it is following this expression, is this pattern, it will be even signal. And similarly, if it is x t is equals to minus of x of minus t, then it will be odd. This can be also written as x of minus t is equal to minus of xt. Okay. So these are same. If this representation is there, if any signal follows this representation, it will be an odd signal. Similarly, causal signal and non-causal. So in case of causal, if it is any signal is there like h of t, that is 0 for all t less than 0. So any signal is there, h of t signal is there, if its value is 0 beyond 0 in the negative direction, like this is the signal. Value of h of t will be a 0 value. If any signal is there that is following this pattern, it will be called as causal signal. Okay. If any signal is there that is not following this condition, will be non-causal signal. Okay. And energy signals. So any signal that is having finite energy, its energy is ranging from 0 to infinity, it will be called as energy signal. If any power signal is there, its power will be in between 0 to infinity. That signal will be considered as power signal. And also, if energy is there, then its power will be infinity, and average. This is average power. and if it is a power signal, its energy will be 0. Might I have made a mistake to see your list. So for energy signal, power is 0. Sorry. So in case of energy signals, the power is not infinity, it will be 0. Okay. So in case of energy signals, its energy will be a finite energy value and power will be 0. But in case of power signal, its power will be finite, but its energy will be infinity. So from there we can discriminate whether it is what type of signal is there. Okay. So we will start with some basic type of signals that we will be using again and again. So these are the some elementary signals. So we have started unit sample sequence. So unit sample sequence is represented by delta of n. Okay, where if n is 0, whenever n is 0, its value will be 1. Otherwise, for all other n's, it will be 0. So this is its graph. This is called unit sample sequence. So why it is unit? Because its magnitude is delta n, magnitude is 1. That's why it is called, because this is 1, that's why it is called unit sample sequence. And I have given an example, like if delta n is equals to, instead of 1 it is 2 or 3 or 4, suppose 4, or n equals to 0, and otherwise it is 0. So if it is other than 1, that will be called a sample sequence, but it will not be a unit sample. So ये unit sample नहीं होगा, that will be considered as a sample sequence only. The sample sequence will always be represented in terms of delta n. And one of the important parameter or property of a sample sequence is, like, if any signal is there, suppose x of t is signal is there, and that is equals to cos 5t. Suppose it is represented by this. If we are multiplying x of t signal with respect to a delta or a sample sequence, okay, if a sample sequence delta n is there, we are multiplying with this, then the product of these two will give us cos 5, and instead of t we will put, sorry, here this is actually, this is the discrete signal, a digital signal, discrete signal, so it should be delta t. Okay, here this signal is discrete one, but here we have taken example of continuous time signal, so we will be taking delta t. So if x of t is multiplied by delta t, that is a sample unit sample sequence, we are multiplying any signal with unit sample sequence, then its result will be x of t, or just before that, this multiplication will be x of t for t is equals to 0, because whatever this point is there inside the delta variable is there, that will be put to 0, that will be put to 0. So if it is delta t, it will be put to 0, that means t will be equals to 0. So at t equals to 0, we will find the value of x of t, that will be the multiplication, the result of this. We will take another example, sorry, that made a some terrible description. Okay, so like same example is there. Okay, so we are taking instead of delta, we are taking delta t minus 2. Suppose delta t minus 2 is going to be multiplied by x of t. Okay, so we are multiplying x of t into delta t minus 2. So this will be equals to x of t, it will be equals to x of t, but for t is equals to what value? T is equals to 2. How this 2 came? You need to put this t minus 2 equals to 0. If you put t minus 2 equals to 0, then it will be t is equals to 2. So from there, if we put the value of x of t at t equals to 2, this will be the result of this multiplication. So this is the unique property of your sample sequence. It will be used frequently in our next week discussions. Okay, throughout this signal processing applications, this is very important signal, unit sequence signal. So that's why I thought you should be knowing this property. Okay. So you can note it down, this property, like x of t is there, we are multiplying it with delta t minus t, then its result will be x of t itself. The same signal will be there again here, but the t value will be at t is equals to t minus 2 equals to 0. So t will be equals to 2. So at t equals to 2, this x of t value will be its multiplication result. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can ask in between. Otherwise, we will be proceeding next. And next one is unit step signal.
Sir,
Yes. हाँ
sir, sir, X is discrete or continuous?
हाँ एक्चुअली आई हैव, जो मैंने एग्जांपल लिया था उसमें मैंने कंटिन्यूअस ले लिया था, ठीक है। तो वो कंटिन्यूअस के लिए भी ये मेथड, ये रूल जो है वो फॉलो होता है, और ये डिस्क्रीट के लिए भी फॉलो होगा, ठीक है। अगर हम वही डिस्क्रीट ले लें, सपोज एक्स ऑफ एन इज इक्वल्स टू साइन 5n. Okay, this is a discrete signal. N will be a sample that will be varying from minus infinity to infinity, but it will always be an integer. Okay, so in case of discrete, this one is 5. If it is a discrete signal, n will be varying from minus infinity to infinity, but n will always be an integer. Like in this example, this is the n. Okay, and this n is always either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Okay, so in case of discrete signals, n will always be a integer value. So suppose we have taken example of a discrete signal, then x of n will be 5, and suppose we have taken an example, this one. If we are multiplying x of n with respect to delta n, okay, so here if it is multiplying this, so its result will be x of n itself, but for n value, okay, and that n value will be for n equals to 0. Means if we will equate this equals to 0, whatever n value will come, that will be put into the x of n, instead of this will be put at n position, and whatever value it will come, like it will be sine of 5 into 0, it will be sine of 0, it will be 0. Okay, are you getting
Okay, sir.
this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is the example for discrete. The similar property is there for continuous and discrete time signal. Suppose एक दूसरा example लेते हैं. X of n is same, but we are multiplying with x of n with delta n minus 2 or n minus, suppose 5. Make it n minus 5. We are multiplying this, so it will give a result x of n for n is equals to 5. Okay, so it will be sine of 5 into 5 is equals to sine of 25. Okay, ये समझ में आया? So, ये सेम प्रॉपर्टी का यूज हम आगे बहुत बार करेंगे, इसलिए आपको जाना जरूरी है ये, कि अगर कभी अगर ऐसा लिखा जाए तो आपको कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए कि ऐसा रिजल्ट कैसे आ गया, ठीक है।
Okay, sir.
So the next basic signal is similar to unit sample. You have unit step signals. So as the name said, it is step. So step signal is similar to, like, if in case of continuous time signals, if it is a continuous time signal, it will be this one, this is called u of t in case of continuous, and this will be your t, and this here u of t, okay. So at t equals to 0, it will be 1. If it is unit step, it will be, its magnitude will be 1, and for all other t values in between 0 to infinity, it will be having a constant value of 1. This is called your unit step signal. This is continuous signal. Similarly, in case of discrete one, because we will be dealing with discrete signals only, so we are taking example of discrete signals. So if it is unit step, it will be represented by u of n is equals to 1 for all n greater than or equals to 0. तो either greater than or equals to 0 n वैल्यू के लिए it will always be 1, its magnitude will be 1, otherwise it will be 0. So इसको मैथमेटिकली रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं like that. So at 0, this is the n value. At 0, the magnitude of u of n will be 1. Okay, so this is your 1. Similarly, because in discrete time n will always be an integer, so after 0 we will check for 1, then again we will check for 2 and 3. So n value will be varying in terms of integers only. So 0 के लिए अगर 1 है तो 1 n इक्वल्स टू 1 के लिए भी इसका मैग्नीट्यूड जो होगा u ऑफ n का वो 1 होगा. ठीक है, अगेन 2 के लिए भी सेम 1 होगा, 3 के लिए भी सेम ऐसे ही होगा, अब तक ये अप टू इन्फिनिटी तक जाएगा. ठीक है, दिस n वैल्यू विल बी गोइंग टू इन्फिनिटी. ठीक है, so another, this is the third one, that is the basic signal, that is unit ramp signal. So similar to that unit, so if it is unit step means its magnitude is 1. Suppose if it is not a unit step, then it will be a magnitude of more than 1. It will be in terms of suppose any t, or it can be a constant 5, 6, whatever is there. If its magnitude is higher than 1, then this will not be a unit step, but it will be a step signal. Okay, so its magnitude is not unity, then it will be step signal. If it is its magnitude is unit, then it will be unit step signals. And similarly, if it is unit ramp signal, so ramp signal is, in case of continuous time, the ramp signal is like this. So it is t and its representation is r of t. So it will be having a linear variation. So at 1 t equals to 1, the magnitude will also be a 1. So at t equals to 2, the magnitude will be 2 r of t. Okay, so at 3 it will be 3. So this one is the continuous time ramp signal. Okay, and similarly we are having ramp signal in case of discrete time. So in case of discrete time also, for all n greater than or equal to 0, it is equals to n. ठीक है, ये n के ही इक्वल है. तो n के इक्वल है मीन्स n अगर 0 है तो इट विल बी 0, n अगर 1 है तो इट विल बी 1, अगर n इक्वल्स टू 2 है so it will be 2, so this will be your 2, this will be your 1. Similarly, अगर n equals to 3 है then it will be your 3. Okay, so on, it will keep on increasing and it will go for up to infinity, and the same magnitude will also go for infinity as n value is going to infinity. ठीक है, so similarly this is unit ramp. If it is not unit ramp, then here what is unit? It's the multiplication factor of n is unity. Okay, so it is 1 into n. So if its multiplication factor is suppose 2, then it will be a ramp signal, but it will not be a unit ramp. ठीक है, ये unit ramp नहीं होगा, it will be only a ramp signal. Okay, so if it is 2n, then its plot will be, so instead of 1 it will be at 1 it will be value 2, at 2 it will be 4 because it is 2n. Okay, that means previously it was this one for n, and then this will be the 2n. So what is the difference between n and 2n plot? The difference is the slope difference. तो यहाँ पे क्या है स्लोप, n वाले में क्या है स्लोप कम है, इसका स्लोप कितना है, इस वाले का स्लोप है 1. ठीक है, स्लोप जो है यहाँ पे 1 है, और इस वाले में स्लोप जो है कितना है 2. सो एनी एक्सप्रेशन विल बी देयर. अगर ये 2n है तो यहाँ पे जो कोफिशिएंट है n का वो क्या रिप्रेजेंट करता है, हमारा स्लोप. दैट मीन्स कोई रैंप सिग्नल है, अगर उसका स्लोप अगर 1 है, कोई रैंप सिग्नल है अगर उसका स्लोप 1 है तो दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज यूनिट रैंप सिग्नल. अगर उसका स्लोप 1 से ज़्यादा है या फिर 1 से कम है तो वो क्या होगा, यूनिट रैंप नहीं होगा, बट इट विल बी अ रैंप सिग्नल, बट इट विल नॉट बी अ यूनिट रैंप सिग्नल. ठीक है, So these are the three basic signals that we will be repeating again and again. And another one is exponential signals. So exponential signals की कुछ properties हैं, we will see this. So exponential signal means कोई भी signal है, एक constant है, that will be having a power of n. For all value of n, x of n is equals to a to the power n. This will be an exponential signal. Here a can be either 2 or 5 or 6 or in 0.1, 0.2. Okay, so this a will be a constant value, and for that a constant value we will be having a power or an exponent as a n variable. Okay, so this will be your exponential signal. So there are some representation of exponential signals, we will see it. Like this is in case of real, if a is real. Okay, but if a is complex, then it can be represented like x of n will be equals to, if it is a to the power n, so instead of a, if it is complex valued signal, then it will be r e to the power j theta. That will be a power of n. So instead of a, we are writing r e to the power j theta. So a complex signal, this r e to the power j theta will be given by complex. Why it is complex? Because e to the power j theta gives you the phase. Okay, this is giving you the phase. That means the signal is having a phase of theta. So that will be r, and we will make it open. Like there is an entity called e to the power j theta is equals to cos theta plus j sin theta. Okay, ठीक है. So this will be your रिप्रेजेंटेशन. e to the power j theta को हम इस तरह से भी रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? यूलर्स आइडेंटिटी. ओके, इसको बोलते हैं यूलर्स आइडेंटिटी. सो ये भी हम यूज करेंगे फ्रिक्वेंटली. जो भी हम एनालिसिस करेंगे सिग्नल्स का, दैट विल बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कॉस एंड साइन. तो कॉस एंड साइन विल बी देयर, देन देयर विल बी एक्सपोनेंशियल सिग्नल. जो भी हम कॉस एंड साइन सिग्नल्स को एनालिसिस करते हैं तो वो ईजी हो जाता है अगर हम उसको एक्सपोनेंशियल सिग्नल्स के फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करके एनालिसिस करें तो. ठीक है, तो यूलर्स आइडेंटिटी हम फ्रिक्वेंटली यूज करेंगे. सो हियर जब हम इसको एक्सपेंड करेंगे so this can be represented in terms of this sin cos theta plus j sin theta. So it will be having a complex nature because it is having j. Okay, so it is having j, so it will be a complex valued signal. So if a is equals to complex valued signal, then after expansion, it's the real part, because if we will expand it, this one r multiplied by this expansion will be represented by this one. So it will be r multiplied by cos theta. So and r multiplied by cos theta. So x of n will be r multiplied by cos theta plus j r sin theta to the power n. इसको हम एक्सपेंड करेंगे. So it will be r to the power n and cos theta to the power n. Okay, so that will be your cos theta to the power n plus j. Okay, plus j so it will be j sin theta. This n will be in terms of theta representation. Okay, either it is n theta, the theta value will be changing with respect to n. So its real part we can calculate it from here, and this will be an imaginary part. So this will be your this part. Okay, so here we will be having this x of n in terms of real part and imaginary part. So it is a complex signal. So any exponential signal is there that can be represented in terms of, if it is the constant value is a real value signal, then it can be having imaginary and real parts. Okay, so exponential signals basically represented in the power of n, that will be having some exponent. Okay, so up to there, these are the basic signals that were there. We will see the next, that is, so up to signal it is okay. Now we will go for the systems. Okay, so whatever systems are there, we will study one by one. So once we have gone through different type of signals, we will see what are the different types of systems. Okay, so the systems will be, we already know that what a system is. So a system is the, the quantity that a quantity that processes our input signals. So a system will be represented by a black box. We will be having some input and it will be giving an output. So here an input signal will be there, input signal, and this is called your system, and at the end we will be getting an output, and this will be an output signal. So basically a system, what it does is it processes an input signal to give an output signal. So it processes that signal and gives another signal. So we will be dealing with signals only. So what type of signals it could be? So whatever signals we have studied, it can be either any of that signal or can be combination of the signals we have studied gone through. Okay. So this is called your signal systems. So system process input signals to produce output signals. Okay. So there are some practical examples. So that examples we are taking, like a circuit involving a capacitor can be viewed as a system that transforms the source voltage, that is a signal, to the voltage across the capacitor. Means suppose a network is circuit is there. Okay, so at this point this is plus, this is minus, and this is a capacitor, and this is plus and minus. So here we are providing an input voltage and we are getting a output voltage across the capacitor. So this input voltage will be considered as a input signal. So this will be your input signal and the output will be your output signal. Okay, and this black box will be consisting of a capacitor. Okay, it will process the input signal according to its property, whatever property the system is having, and it will provide you the output. Okay, so here a system could be anything. The system will always be in terms of passive elements. It will be R, L, and C. So each combination of the system will always be in the combination of, physically if we are looking at, it will be the combination of RLC. So whatever combination of RLC is there, that will consist of a system. Okay. So this is RLC component is, this is very, I can say, discrete at the low level. अगर हम उसको एकदम डिस्क्रीट लेवल पे ले जाएँ, लोवेस्ट लेवल पे ले जाएँ किसी भी सिस्टम को, तो एक बड़ा सा कंप्यूटर ही है. ओके, कंप्यूटर में ये कंप्लीट सिस्टम अगर है, ठीक है, बट उसके जो कंपोनेंट्स होंगे उन कंपोनेंट्स के भी और डीप में अगर हम जाएंगे तो फाइनली वी विल फाइंड लाइक इट इज मेड अप ऑफ RLC कंपोनेंट्स ओनली. तो अगर ट्रांजिस्टर है, ट्रांजिस्टर्स को भी हम फिजिकली रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ RLC कंपोनेंट्स ओनली. ठीक है, तो फिर फाइनली हमें डील करना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ RLC. So we will be using RLC, resistance, inductance and capacitance to design a system. That's why हम क्या करते हैं, कोई भी सिस्टम को डिजाइन करते हैं तो ऑलवेज हम रेजिस्टेंस, कैपेसिटेंस एंड इंडक्टर्स का ही कॉम्बिनेशन लेकर के डिजाइन करते हैं और उसको हम फिर एनालिसिस करते हैं और उसी को यूज करके हम फिर कॉम्प्लेक्स सर्किट्स बनाते हैं. बाहर से कॉम्प्लेक्स सर्किट भले हमें मिलता है कि एक आईसी मिल गई, उसमें कुछ पिंस लगे हुए हैं आउटपुट और इनपुट पिंस, बट इंटरनल उसके क्या होगा, ऑलवेज देयर विल बी एन आरएलसी कंपोनेंट। ओके, उसको इस तरीके से हम कनेक्ट करते हैं कि उसका एक पर्टिकुलर स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन हो जाए। ठीक है, स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन का मतलब अगर इन्वर्टर का आईसी है तो हम अगर इनपुट पे अगर कुछ 1 दे रहे हैं तो आउटपुट पे 0 आएगा, यहाँ पे 0 दे रहे हैं तो आउटपुट 1 आएगा, बट इनसाइड दैट देयर इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ आरएलसी कंपोनेंट्स ओनली। सो अनदर एग्जांपल हम लेते हैं सिस्टम्स का, लाइक अ सीडी प्लेयर इज देयर, टेक्स द सिग्नल ऑन द सीडी, सीडी में भी जो भी सिग्नल्स है इट विल टेक दैट सिग्नल and it will transform it into another signal that will be sent to the loudspeaker. Okay, so whatever content is there inside that, it will process and it will be giving you this voice. Okay, in the form of, by the speaker. So the CD player is also a system, and we are giving CD as input, and we are getting loudspeaker output as a loudspeaker voice. Okay. Similarly, any system can be there. So there are different practical systems. So this is the black box, and we are getting some giving some input, and we are getting some output the same level. So how, this is the representation, but how we can represent a system? So representation of systems can be like what we are doing. We are getting output y of t. Okay. So this, suppose this system is represented by, it will be having some mathematical formula. System will also be having a fixed mathematical formula. Okay. So suppose this is having a mathematical formula of h of t. Okay. So we are having x of t as input. We are getting output y of t, but it is this, the input through which system it is going through, that is h of t. It will be having a fixed mathematical formula. So the output will be considered as multiplication of h of t into x of t. ठीक है, तो कोई भी सिस्टम है, अगर उस सिस्टम के थ्रू अगर हमें आउटपुट मिल रहा है, तो उस सिस्टम का जो भी फंक्शन होगा, ठीक है, उस सिस्टम का जो भी फंक्शन होगा उसको हम मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं इनपुट के थ्रू, और इस सिस्टम को बोलते हैं हम ट्रांसफर फंक्शन। ट्रांसफर फंक्शन, ओके। सो कोई भी सिस्टम है तो उसका एक ट्रांसफर फंक्शन होगा, it will be having a transfer function, and this transfer function is defined as h of t is there, and it's, if we are representing in terms of frequency domain, so suppose इसका हम Laplace transform ले लेते हैं, that will be h of s। ठीक है, तो h of s will be output का ट्रांसफर Laplace transform divided by input का ट्रांसफर Laplace transform। ठीक है, so it will be represented as a y of s divided by x of s. So this h of x will s will be the transfer function of this system. ठीक है, so always there will be a multiplication of transfer function, system का जो function है उसका with the input signal, and we will be getting an output। ठीक है, तो कोई भी सिस्टम है ये रूल्स को वो फॉलो करेगा। अगर सम आउटपुट आ रहा है तो वो आउटपुट जो होगा इनपुट का मल्टीप्लिकेशन होगा अलॉन्ग विद द सिस्टम का जो रिस्पॉन्स है उससे उसका मल्टीप्लिकेशन होगा। ठीक है, सो इन अ ब्रॉड सेंस अ सिस्टम कैन बी रिप्रेजेंटेड एज द रेशियो ऑफ आउटपुट सिग्नल ओवर द इनपुट सिग्नल। सो सिमिलरली फ्रॉम देयर, अगर हम सिस्टम को रिप्रेजेंट करें, एच ऑफ टी को अगर रिप्रेजेंट करें तो दैट विल बी आउटपुट वाई ऑफ टी डिवाइडेड बाई एक्स ऑफ टी। ठीक है, हम ये कह सकते हैं ब्रॉडर सेंस में। ठीक है, ये एक तरीके से हम अंडरस्टैंडिंग अपनी बना सकते हैं इस हिसाब से कि यार ऐसा होता है इनसाइड दैट सिस्टम। ठीक है, सो जो सिस्टम होता है वो आउटपुट और इनपुट के रेशियो के बराबर होता है। ओके, या फिर हम अनदर वे में ऐसे करते हैं दैट व्हेन वी मल्टीप्लाई यस, so then we can say like when we multiply the system by the input signal we get the output. So we are multiplying the system that is h of t, the output, and we will see this later also. So based on the properties of systems, these systems can be classified as causal systems or non-causal systems, as we have studied previously, linear and non-linear, time variant and time invariant, stable and unstable, static and dynamic, invertible. There are different type of systems. Okay, so we'll see one by one. There are very less difference between these two. So we will see causal system. So any system is there. If it is causal, then it will depend on the present value of the output signal, will depend on the present and the past value of the input signal. So any signal is there, x of t. So we will deal with discrete signals. So x of n are there, and another signal is x of n minus 1. Okay. So suppose we are calculating the value of x of n. So at n equals to 0, we will be getting some output. That output will be for n equals to 0. So output will be y of, suppose at x of n, y of n is equals to 2 times x of n. Suppose this is the expression. So it will be, if we will to putting n equals to 0, the output will be y of 0 will be equals to 2 times x of 0. Similarly, in case of this one, if we are putting n equals to 0, so it will be y of 0 will be equals to 2 times of x of 0 minus 1. Okay, so it will be 2 times of x of minus 1. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया? तो हम n इक्वल्स टू, अगर दिस इज n इक्वल्स टू 0 के लिए अगर हम कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, तो उस समय y ऑफ 0 की जो वैल्यू होगी, वट एवर वैल्यू इट विल बी, y ऑफ n की वैल्यू जो भी होगी, ये इस वाले केस में क्या है, वो x इक्वल्स टू 0 की वैल्यू पर डिपेंड कर रही है. मतलब x की जो प्रेजेंट वैल्यू होगी, हम 0 टाइम स्टेप पे हैं, तो उस 0 टाइम स्टेप पे x की वैल्यू जो भी होगी, x सिग्नल की, वो वैल्यू होगी मल्टीप्लाई बाई 2 इक्वल्स टू y ऑफ n. बट इन केस ऑफ सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल, दैट इज x ऑफ n माइनस 1, अगर हम n इक्वल्स टू 0 रखते हैं, सो इट विल बी 2 टाइम्स ऑफ x ऑफ माइनस 1. तो x ऑफ माइनस 1 क्या है, हम इस समय है सपोज 0 टाइम पे, हम इस समय 0 टाइम पे कोई वैल्यू कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, बट हमें 0 टाइम पे y ऑफ n की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हमें x ऑफ माइनस n की वैल्यू पता होनी चाहिए. ठीक है, ये समय है कि हमें अगर y ऑफ 0 की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी है 0 टाइम पे, तो हमें x ऑफ माइनस 0 मीन्स माइनस 1, सो माइनस 1 टाइम पे, तो माइनस 1 विल बी हियर, प्लस 1 विल बी हियर. तो माइनस 1 पे x की क्या वैल्यू है, वो वैल्यू हमें पता होनी चाहिए, तभी हम y ऑफ n फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. सो दिस x ऑफ माइनस 1 विल बी द पास्ट वैल्यू, दिस विल बी द पास्ट वैल्यू, क्योंकि हम 0 पे कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं कोई वैल्यू. So this past value will be going to change the value of y of n. ठीक है, and in this first one case, the present value was going to change the value of y of n. ठीक है, so based on time, so based on the value of n, we are going to change the value of y n. Okay, so यहाँ पे कोई भी सिस्टम है जिसमें कि वैल्यूज, जो आउटपुट का वैल्यू है, अगर वो चेंज हो रहा है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू प्रेजेंट वैल्यू ऑफ सिग्नल और द पास्ट वैल्यू ऑफ सिग्नल, दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज योर causal system. So y of n is there. This is the example of a causal system. Y of n is there. This is a system, you can say output, that is the combination of x of n, okay, plus 1 by 2 x of n minus 1. So this represents the present value. Okay, this is present value, and this x of n minus 1 represents the past value. क्योंकि अगर हम n इक्वल्स टू 1 पे अगर या फिर 0 पे कैलकुलेट करेंगे, तो ये 0 पे ये प्रेजेंट वैल्यू होगा, ये 0 माइनस 1 कर देंगे तो ये माइनस 1 पे वैल्यू फाइंड आउट होनी चाहिए x ऑफ n की, तो ये क्या हो गई, पास्ट वैल्यू हो गई. ठीक है, सिमिलरली अगर हम x ऑफ n प्लस 1 अगर कर देंगे, सो अगर हम n इक्वल्स टू 0 पे कोई वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी है, n इक्वल्स टू 0 पे, सो इट विल बी 0 प्लस 1, तो x ऑफ प्लस 1, ये क्या हो गया, x ऑफ प्लस 1 हो गया। तो ये प्लस 1 हो गया, दैट मीन्स इट विल बी अ फ्यूचर वैल्यू। ओके, so any causal system is there, it is depending only on the depending only on the present value or the past value, that will be called as a causal system, otherwise that system will be considered as a non causal system। okay, so just wait for a minute, I will okay, so this was the causal system, similar to that if any system is there, that will be having a relation, and that is having dependence on the past, present and future values input of the input signal, that system will be called as non causal। okay, तो यहाँ पे क्या है, कोई भी सिस्टम है y of n, तो here it is depending on x of n plus 1 plus 1 by 2 times x of n minus 1, suppose there is x of n also, 1 by 5 times x of n also। so in this case what we can see is this is representing the future value, okay, n plus 1 is there, okay, and this one represents the past value, and this is representing the present value। okay, so if any system is there that is having dependence on future value, past value and present value, then that system will be considered as a non causal system। okay, by directly seeing the expression of any system, you can directly say whether it is causal, non causal or any other type of system। okay, so based on that we will be directly saying, so its definition we can see it from there, that if the present value of output signal depends on the past, present and future values of the input signal, that system will be considered non-causal। And similarly in case of causal systems, these are, we are talking about systems, not signals। okay, so there could be a difference. If it is causal signal, then for that the condition is h of t should be, sorry, h of t will be equals to, in case of discrete time series, h of n will be equals to 0 for all n लेस देन 0। ठीक है, ये कंडीशन था सिग्नल्स के लिए, कॉजल सिग्नल्स के लिए ये कंडीशन था, बट कॉजल सिस्टम्स के लिए कंडीशन ये है कि ये डिपेंडेंस जो होना चाहिए उसका आइदर पास्ट पे होना चाहिए या फिर प्रेजेंट वैल्यूज पे होना चाहिए कॉजल सिस्टम के लिए। ठीक है, तो कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है दोनों का डिफरेंस। ठीक है, तो मैं स्टॉप करता हूँ, नेक्स्ट जो है हम आगे का नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में देखेंगे। ठीक है, अगर किसी को कोई डाउट है तो आप पूछ सकते हो। किसी को कोई डाउट है? यस
सर।
हाँ
सर, अगर कोई सिस्टम हमेशा प्रेजेंट वैल्यू पे ही डिपेंड कर रहा है तो वो कॉजल होगा कि नॉन कॉजल? क्योंकि
ओके,
सर दोनों ही प्रेजेंट में कर रहा था।
हाँ नहीं, अगर केवल प्रेजेंट पे डिपेंड कर रहा है, ठीक है, अगर केवल प्रेजेंट पे कर रहा है तो वो क्या होगा, कॉजल सिस्टम होगा। अगर उसे नॉन कॉजल होना है देन देयर मस्ट बी एन इनपुट दैट शुड बी हैविंग अ डिपेंडेंस ऑन फ्यूचर वैल्यूज।
ओके सर।
ठीक है, तो अगर कोई भी ऐसा सिस्टम है जिसका एटलीस्ट वन डिपेंडेंस जो है वो किससे के साथ है, किसी न किसी फ्यूचर इनपुट सिग्नल के साथ है, देन ओनली दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज नॉन कॉजल। अदरवाइज वो पास्ट पे केवल डिपेंड करे या फिर केवल प्रेजेंट पे डिपेंड करे, दैट विल ऑलवेज बी अ कॉजल सिग्नल। ठीक है,
ओके
उस
सर।
डिपेंडेंस में, हाँ, उस डिपेंडेंस में अगर एक भी फ्यूचर वैल्यूज का इनपुट सिग्नल आ गया, देन दैट सिग्नल विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज, that system will be considered as non-causal। ठीक है
सर
और कुछ किसी का कुछ है कंफ्यूजन? ठीक है सो मैं बंद कर रहा हूँ. We will meet in the next lecture. Okay, so thank you.